One of the biggest fears for most buyers, and specifically first-time buyers, is hidden costs. One of the best ways to not have hidden costs is to do your research and figure out what they normally are. Now, you really want to understand what the hidden costs are. So most people take into consideration what their down payment's going to be and what their mortgage is going to be. Now, there's more than just that. Number one is taxes. Everyone knows there's taxes, but no one really knows what they are, how much they cost. Normally, property taxes a year are going to be 1 to 2% of the total price of the home every year. Another thing you're going to get when you first buy the home is a supplemental tax bill. So you want to make sure you know those things are coming up and what they might cost you. Number two is insurance. Especially here in San Diego and California in general, it's incredibly hard to get insurance. So make sure you're doing your research before getting into a home. And two, it's very expensive. It's a lot more expensive than people think. It's other than prices of homes, it's one of the biggest factors in people backing out of buying a home is because either the insurance was too hard to get or it was too expensive. So do your research on insurance. See how much that costs. Three is closing costs. For a buyer, normally it's going to be 2 to 5% of the purchase price. For a seller, it's normally going to be 8 to 10. So if you're buying $1 million house, 2 to 5%, 20 to 50 grand is a good amount of money to budget for. Now, number four is an HOA. So if you're buying a condo or if you're in a home, like normally in tracts, there's a lot of HOAs, or if it's a gated community, have an HOA. See how much that costs every month. Because say you feel comfortable spending $3,000 a month and your mortgage is $3,000, but the HOA is $500, you really should be spending a $2,500 mortgage or looking into a different home. Now, also the fifth one is utilities. You might want to ask the current owner and seller, how much are utilities normally a month? What does that cost? Who are your providers? Things of that nature. Utilities can be very high, especially if you don't have central AC or something of that nature. You want to make sure to know what that is. And really the last one and one of the biggest hidden costs is assessment. So if you're going into an HOA community, what an assessment is every couple of years in an HOA community, they're going to get an assessment, whether they need to fix a roof, whether they fix plumbing or whatever it may be. You're going to have to pay for that. So there's two ways an assessment goes down. Number one is a one-time fee, which is normally a pretty hefty fee, a couple thousands of dollars a lot of the time, maybe tens. And another one is they're going to raise your monthly HOA cost. So you want to make sure before you buy a home, if there has been an assessment soon, if there's going to be an assessment soon, and what that cost might look like. That way, none of these are any hidden fees. So hopefully with that, you have no more fear. You know what those are the major hidden costs. There's smaller little things, but your realtor is going to be walking you through that in the process, and most of the time, you're going to know it's coming. But those are going to be the biggest ones that people really forget and are the biggest costs. And they're going to be the biggest shock if you don't know they're coming. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, feel free to leave a like. If you really, really liked it, consider subscribing because I release videos every Friday on the benefits of homeownership and how to buy a home. So hopefully, I'll see you all next week.